The annual fair was the biggest event of the semester. Students filled the gym with booths of games, crafts, and food. The air buzzed with laughter, the scent of popcorn, and the squeak of sneakers on the polished floor. For Zoya, a thoughtful and observant teen with jet black straight hair and soft gray eyes, it was her favorite weekend of the year. Zoya wasn't the loudest or the boldest in her group of friends, but she had a reputation for paying attention to the small things most people overlooked. Her friends, Ethan, a tall, confident teen with messy blonde hair, and Lily, an energetic teen with curly auburn hair, loved her for it. This year, though, something at the fair caught Zoya's attention in a way nothing else did. Near the far corner of the gym, tucked between the bake sale and the ring toss game, stood a small booth with a handwritten sign. Limited edition sports gear. Today only. Super cheap. The table was stacked with what looked like professional-grade basketballs, trendy sneakers, and even baseball caps with the logos of famous teams. Students crowded the booth, their eyes wide at the low prices. "Whoa, check it out." Ethan nudged Zoya and Lily as they walked by. "Nike sneakers for $30? That's insane. My brother paid over $100 for his." Lily bounced on her toes. "And those Yankees caps? I've been wanting one forever. $10 is a steal." Zoya's eyes narrowed. She studied the booth more carefully. The sneakers had the swoosh logo, but the stitching looked slightly uneven. The baseball caps tags didn't have the holographic sticker she knew official merchandise carried. The basketballs had the right brand names, but the lettering was smudged. "Something doesn't feel right," Zoya murmured. Ethan rolled his eyes. "Not everything's a mystery, Detective Zoya. Maybe the guy's just giving us a good deal." "Or maybe," Zoya said slowly, "there's a reason it's so cheap." Her friends rushed closer to the booth, pulling bills from their pockets. Ethan held up a pair of sneakers. "My size." "Zoya, come on. You'll regret it if you don't get something." Zoya hesitated. The sneakers did look cool and she had saved some allowance. But her gut told her something was off. She glanced at the man behind the booth. He wasn't a parent volunteer she recognized. Most of the fair booths were run by students, parents, or teachers, but this man looked older, maybe in his late 20s. He wore a baseball cap pulled low and he avoided eye contact with the kids. When someone asked him if the gear was authentic, he just grunted, "Of course," and quickly shoved the money into a box. Zoya's suspicion grew. Instead of buying, Zoya walked away and circled the gym, her mind buzzing. If her hunch was right, these items weren't just cheap, they were counterfeit. And if kids wasted their money here, they'd be disappointed later. She pulled out her phone and did a quick search. How to spot fake sports gear. Within seconds she found checklists. Authentic sneakers should have a SKU number on the box matching the tag inside the shoe. Official caps should carry a hologram sticker and proper stitching. Zoya hurried back to the booth. Ethan was already handing over his cash. "Wait," she said. "Can I see the box for those sneakers?" The man behind the table frowned. No boxes today. Just shoes. That was another red flag. Zoya picked up one of the baseball caps and turned it inside out. No holograms sticker. The stitching was rough with loose threads. She looked at Ethan. These are fake. The man's eyes darted around nervously. Kid, you don't want to waste time checking. Buy it or move along. But now Zoya's friends were listening. Lily picked up a cap and frowned. Yeah, my cousin has a real one. It doesn't look like this. Ethan slowly withdrew his money. Okay, that's weird. Zoya knew she couldn't just tell her two friends. She needed to protect the rest of the students. Kids were lining up with cash in hand. She spotted Principal Harris near the entrance, chatting with a group of parents. Zoya tugged on her sleeve. Principal Harris, I think the seller at that booth is selling fake merchandise. The principal's eyebrows rose. Are you sure? Zoya explained what she'd noticed. The missing holograms, the sloppy stitching, the lack of boxes. She even pulled up the article on her phone. Principal Harris walked over with Zoya at her side. Excuse me, sir, she said firmly. Can I see your vendor paperwork? The man stiffened. Paperwork? I thought this was a casual event. Principal Harris's expression hardened. All vendors are required to register. If you don't have paperwork, you can't sell here. The man mumbled something under his breath, quickly gathered his goods and slipped out a side door. The crowd groaned in disappointment but also in relief. Ethan exhaled. Wow. That was close. I almost blew $30. Zoya smiled faintly. Sometimes saving money isn't about finding the lowest price. It's about asking the right questions. By the end of the fair, the counterfeit booth was the talk of the day. Some kids complained that they missed out on cheap deals, but most admitted they would have been upset if their sneakers fell apart after a week. Lily linked arms with Zoya as they headed toward the cotton candy stand. You saved us. Seriously. I was about to buy 2 of those caps. Ethan gave her a playful nudge. Okay, Detective Zoya, I admit it, you were right. Smart thinking beats smart shopping. Zoya laughed. It's not about being suspicious of everything. Just noticing details. Asking before spending. Money's valuable, so don't throw it away without knowing what you're buying. That night, as Zoya tucked away the few dollars she hadn't spent, she felt proud. She hadn't walked away with sneakers or a cap, but she had something more lasting. The satisfaction of protecting her friends and proving that real smarts weren't just about earning or saving money, they were about thinking critically before spending it. The end.